So in this video, I'm going to be offering you a simple trick to overcome phone addiction, social media addiction. And this is something that, I've dealt with personally a lot and still deal with a lot, being glued to the phone, waking up and first thing in the morning kind of checking Facebook, checking email, checking Instagram. And there's always that bit of anticipation and excitement around, oh, am I going to get a message when I wake up? And then if you don't get a message, there's a little bit of that disappointment, like, oh, nobody sent me a message, I didn't get any emails. And so it can point to possibly some unhealthy behavior in terms of how we relate to our phones and how much time we spend glued to our phones. So the trick that I'll offer is something that's a very simple trick. And basically what it is you go into your phone, into your smartphone, and you go into the accessibility settings and you turn your phone into grayscale. So you turn the screen that you're looking at into black and white essentially. And what this does is it just makes it so much easier to not get addicted to your phone because you don't see any more little red, notification symbols. And just your phone in general is a less enticing, a less pleasant experience. So if you switch your phone into grayscale, it will make a huge difference in terms of making you less likely to get sucked into your phone for minutes at a time or hours at a time. I'm currently, the screen I'm looking at right now is in grayscale. It's in black and white. And I gotta say, I've been doing this for the last 2 days or so, and it's made a huge difference on how much I feel kind of sucked into the phone and how much I want to look at it. Because you look at it for a little bit and it's just not that exciting. You look at the phone and you realize it's just black and white, there's not a lot of interesting stuff to it. And so you pretty quickly kind of do what you need to do and then you get off of it. So if you're dealing with phone addiction, social media addiction, this is one really easy trick that you can do to just make the phone less addictive. Because right now, all the apps that we use, Facebook, Instagram, even email, it's kind of designed to pull us in. It's designed to capture our attention. So using some of these tricks and techniques to make them less seductive can be really helpful. That being said, and this is something that I think we're learning more and more about in the addiction space, is that it's never really the substance that's causing the addiction. It's kind of the underlying trauma or emotional stuff that we haven't resolved. And so if you're dealing with phone addiction or social media addiction, of course you can implement some things to stop yourself from looking at your phone as much. But if you don't deal with the underlying emotional issues that cause that behavior in the first place, then those fixes that you get are going to be short-term and temporary. So, if the reason that you keep checking your phone is because of some underlying insecurity or boredom or inability to sit with what's going on, you've got to really start to look at those root causes in order to actually deal with the overarching theme of addiction, of whether it's social media addiction, phone addiction, food addiction, any kind of addiction. If you don't look at the underlying problems, it's not going to be a lasting change. So this is where something like mindfulness or meditation or therapy or journaling, really kind of discovering what are the underlying causes of why you're having these behavior patterns is really helpful. So I highly recommend turning your phone to grayscale, making it more boring, less attractive, and then also, complementing that with exploring what are the underlying issues, the underlying causes or reasons that you're having these addictive behavior patterns. So whether it's, boredom or insecurity or lack of meaning, there could be a lot of reasons why we just open up the phone and switch to it really quickly. And doing some journaling or getting some therapy or doing some meditation to cultivate some self-awareness to understand yourself better can be really helpful. And if you have another, type of self-awareness, definitely let me know, because I'm always on the lookout for new ideas. So for me, meditation and journaling are some of the big ones. Also talking with friends and just kind of letting them know what I'm struggling with and saying, hey, I'm really going through a lot of loneliness right now, or insecurity, or whatever it is. Talking with friends can be really helpful to figure out what are the underlying causes. So again, this is, I really want to say this, that you can do all the hacks and tricks and things that you want, but if you don't address the underlying emotional issues that cause the behavior, then any hack you do will only be short-term and temporary. So, that's it for today with this little side note on dealing with phone addiction, social media addiction. Let me know if you guys liked it, if you found it helpful. If you have any other tips on dealing with social media addiction or phone addiction, drop them in the comments below, because I'd love to hear about them, because I struggle with this a lot. I always have my phone in my pocket and can't seem to get off of it. So, love to hear what you guys do to help yourself get off of your phones more and get out into life. So that's it. Signing off here from Chiang Mai. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.